Oh, what's up everybody? It's Wednesday. We're back at it out here on the same mulching job we were at yesterday. So got Big Munch behind me, sharpened the teeth, put some fuel in her this morning. I got the tripod in my hand. Let me open this thing up. Tripod's still kicking since I bought it. She's taking a few hits, but she's still kicking. So we're over here on the other side, and the other side looks very different from that side over there. Most of it was kind of in a low bottom, and some of the trees were a little bigger, but they were more spread out, so you could take down a few of them and then you opened up a whole big area just by taking down a few trees. This other side's a whole different story. So let's take a look at what we got, and we'll get to grinding. All right, so here's what we got. So you can see there's property line there, and then there's some flags going all the way down through there. The owner cut this lane through here. That was already there, or the service, somebody cut that lane through there. So this is 1.2 acres right here on this side. I measured out on Onyx, and it kind of goes down like this, and it goes like that, and then comes back this way. Or actually, I'm sorry, it goes like that, then like that, and then comes back like that. So it's kind of got a weird little angle back there. I can go all the way back to the back corner on this side. I know where that property corner is there, but I don't know where the one is on the far end. So what we're gonna have to do here, I need to get line of sight from that corner down to that corner. So I'm gonna start here in the front. Typically what I would like to do is go in like this and work this in blocks, but I can't do that. So I'm gonna have to work this kind of all the way down and work my way that way until I can kind of see that corner, and then work. I need to get some line of sight between the two corners. So I got to work that way and that way. So that's what we got to do. Got some bigger pines in here and stuff we got to work around, but we're going to try to take down anything and everything we can get down. So within reason. He told me 8 inches. He didn't want me to spend too much time in here taking down anything bigger than that. So to kind of keep it within reason on the cost. So, and like I said, he's coming in here with an excavator. All this bigger stuff's getting grubbed out and cleared out anyway. So as soon as I'm done, he'll be in here not too long after that with a big excavator. So we're just clearing out most of this underbrush in here. There's a lot of inkberry. When you talk about brush in the southeast, that's a lot of this stuff right here. And that stuff in there, those little green things that are growing everywhere, it looks like little brushy stuff, that's inkberry. It grows like wildfire here. So all right, let's hop in Big Munch and get to grinding. little mid-job report. So I've come all the way down the right side property line here, and then so here's the back corner right here on the left side. So what this is doing here, so I'm talking really loud because I got my earplugs in. So this back angle, it's not like a square. It runs off kind of like, the front is like a rectangle, and then the back is like almost like a triangle look, or a rectangle with one end that's got a sharp point. So that runs off like that, and that property line kind of keeps going, and the corner is like way down there over there next to those warehouse buildings. So we've got a little bit over here to clear out as well. You can see that poplar tree right there is the property line. So we got a little bit to clear through here along that line there. It's not too much, it's pretty thin in there. But here's our back corner here. So I've opened this up to the back corner. I don't know what that little pink flag there is. I have not the slightest clue, but it has nothing to do with the property line because he marked everything with orange, which was nice. But I don't know, he's got that as a pink flag there. He said that had said property corner, but I think he meant to write property line because it runs along that way, and it lines up with what Onyx is telling me too. This side over here is perfect with what Onyx is saying, so that's all good there. So now that I've found this corner, we'll go back out to the front and work another block back this way, and I'll just keep working my way over to that corner until I find it, until I can see it from the front, and I can just work that edge down and clean it up. So that's what we'll do. So now I got this back end cleaned up, we'll start back up at the front and keep this rocking and rolling. All right, folks, straighten up the GoPro here. There we go. We're starting our second cut up here at the top where the power line is. I'm trying to not have to take down some of the bigger stuff that I don't have to, but sometimes it's just in my way and it's got to go. Again, the battery died. Oops, my bad. Some of these trees are just in my way, and they gotta go. They have got to go. I guess this water oak right here is gonna have to go. I've had the worst luck with stuff falling on the machine and not coming off. Hold on. I got a stick here. Get off! I've had the worst luck with stuff falling on the machine, getting stuck on there right in my way. There we go. Let's try this again. Pancake too much of this, but there was no place to push that tree because there was just too much in front of it, so then I had to cut it from the top. in this front section. A lot of bigger trees in here I gotta get down, and they're pretty close together, pretty thick. But just gotta keep pushing through. Luckily the ground in here is pretty flat for the most part. It's been not a whole lot of humps and hills and stuff. It's all pretty good ground. Nothing wet. No mud holes. No dips and valleys really, so right there. I gotta get that. That's driving me nuts. Tomorrow and finish up a little bit of this job. I don't think we'll get it done today, but we'll get her done. So stay tuned and we'll see what it looks like when it's all said and done. Stay tuned. All right, guys, that is the job. We are done in here. So got all the way down that property line there, and then I thought, so what Onyx was telling me and what I thought the surveyor had laid out back there was that corner, that this property line kind of went at an angle like that. It wasn't a straight rectangle. But I got back there and he had a stake in the ground that said property corner, and it wasn't lining up with what Onyx was saying. And there was also some orange flags on some of the pine trees back there, but he had been using pink, but there was some orange back there, and there was a pine tree back there that had an orange tape around it that was lining up perfectly with what Onyx was saying. So I thought that that pine was the actual corner, and I was like, maybe he meant the right property line. But I called the owner, and I had the plat, and I looked at the plat of what the surveyor gave him, and that pine tree, so apparently there was like an old annex done here when these properties were broken off, and that pine tree was what the annex said the property corner was. But when it was actually surveyed out, the surveyor saying no, the actual corner is straight back, so it's an actual straight rectangle, and then it kind of goes off at an angle like that on the very back line. But that's a straight line, so you can actually, I don't know if you guys can see, but the property line, so this right here, this line right here is dead down the property line, and that side is too. And then there wasn't much to clean up back there in the back just to make that little angle. So, but this cleaned up nicely. Again, this is nothing fancy, nothing, not trying to turn this into a nature park. He's coming in here with an excavator and knocking all this down anyway, probably in October, so about a month. He just wanted me to clear out the underbrush, and then he had this big pile of stuff over here on the other side, and I looked at that and I was like, you know, there's not much in there that we couldn't grind. And I when I called him, I was like, hey, what are you going to do with that big pile of stuff? And he's like, I don't know, it's going to cost me a fortune to haul out. And I was like, why don't we just grind it up? So he wants to clear that side off to use for what he wants to do, and then this one is just going to be open for now. And so what we're probably going to do is just grind all that up and just grind it up over here or grind it up over there, and he's just going to grub out all of that and all that topsoil and mulch and just pile it up over here, and this will just be like a stockyard for that stuff. So he'll have that, because that over there is about 1.8 acres and this over here is 1.2. I'd say it's, well, maybe yeah, it's about 1.8. So I went back over here just to clean up a little bit more of this grass, and the homeless, I can't believe there's homeless out here, but there are. I actually found a little camp on the adjacent property. As I was mulching down that property line, I saw some tents back up in there, but it doesn't look like anybody's been in there in a long time. But there's a couple of abandoned tents back in there. So the homeless have been in here, and they left me a blanket or some kind of thing. So now looks like a blanket. So that is stuffed up in there. So I gotta, before I go, I gotta cut that out. Yay me. So load this up, and then we're going out to another job out near Florence. So I'm gonna drop this thing off today, and we'll go pick up the Mini and get it loaded up, and then pick it up in the morning because I need both machines. So that's going to be an interesting job. Stay tuned for that one. So you guys are not going to want to miss that one. That one's going to get interesting. So yeah, this turned out good. So I'll check you guys on the next video. Bye everybody.